Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. Book Saturday today, and we have Deadfall by Brad Thor on the list that we're going to talk about today. Thank you for everybody that joins, comments, live, shares. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate you that listen on the replays as well, and also those that just listen to the audio on the podcast. All of you greatly appreciated. And please share this around. Let's help grow this community. And even if you're on a replay and you want to comment and ask a question, I'll get back to those as well too. Again, I appreciate everybody, and I also really appreciate everybody helping grow this community as it continues to grow. Exciting stuff. So thank you very much. And be sure to sign up for that newsletter at enjoylifesafely.com. That'll go out this weekend, tomorrow. A lot of great stuff to help you stay safe, enjoy life, and be exceptional. So I appreciate everybody helping me grow that newsletter as well. I'm drinking out of the book cup today because Book Saturday. I like to talk about books on Saturdays most of the time. Maybe you'll find something that you want to read. I hope so. But if not, I hope it encourages you to read something you do enjoy, something you can learn from, something that will entertain you. Today, I'm going to be talking about Deadfall, a book that was definitely entertaining. I've been a fan of Brad Thor's for years. I've read every one of the Scott Harveth novels, and I will buy the new one that comes out later this summer and be reading that as well. They're fun books. This one was a little different. When you read the books from the very beginning to right up here to Deadfall, the character Scott Harveth has taken some different turns and curves and things that have happened throughout his life, and he's grown and progressed as a character, which I've enjoyed. This one was a little different in the fact that, it was set over in Ukraine with a war going on between Ukraine and Russia, pulled right out of the headlines of modern times, right? And there's a rogue Russian commando thugs, criminal group that is killing and rampaging and has kidnapped, Americans. And that's why Scott Harveth is over there working with others, to stop these guys from what they're doing and try to get back the kidnapped Americans. So that's the plot and the general story of the book. Fairly simple story, simple plot, not as complicated as some of the earlier novels, but the action is still there, the realism, the things, again, taken right out of modern times, incorporated into the book. So I enjoyed it. It was a good, fun action thriller read. The cruelty that's in there, that, there are people that are like that in the world. And it's good that we do have people like Scott Harveth. While he's a fictional character, we do have real individuals out there fighting the good fight for freedom and for good people. And, that's what I enjoy these books for. If you have not read them, it's probably okay to pick up this book and have it be your first book. It can stand alone it's a very good book. But if you go back and read them all, you'll see that progression and how Scott got here where he's at. So yes, pick this up, read it if it's the first one you've ever read of his. A good action book. But if you read the earlier ones, you'll see what got him here and how some of the supporting characters got to where they are, helping him in this book. So that's just a really quick little book review today. Got a bunch of things that going on today, so I only wanted to do one book, but I recently finished this and did want to give a shout out and review it. Good thriller, good entertaining, books. So if you haven't checked out Brad Thor and you like that type of book, go for it. I put him with Vince Flynn and Barry Eisler and the Tom Clancy and the Stephen Hunter. Those are some of my favorite authors. And so he's included with that other group of, collection of books that I really enjoy. Put Lee Child in there too. So you got Scott Harveth, you got Jack Reacher, you got Jack Ryan, you got John Rain, but you got Mitch Rapp, all great characters. So Brad Thor Scott is right up with all of those. So I appreciate that. And if you haven't checked it out, do so. Want to say good morning to a few people. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Vicky. Appreciate you guys being here. Jay says that's a book to add to his reading. Yeah, if you haven't read Brad Thor's Scott Harvest books, Jay, you can probably find a lot of the older ones, the earlier ones at the Book Exchange. I know you're in Missoula and you go down to the Book Exchange. They're also all on Amazon. They're available on Kindle and stuff too. So they're out there. Good morning, John. Appreciate you being here and saying hello to everybody. Just downloaded the first book to get started of Brad Thor's. Great. I think you'll enjoy them. And again, the Scott Harvest character grows and progresses throughout the books. And it's an interesting storyline. Some of them, very intense, some, and stuff that goes on. I've enjoyed them throughout the years. Hope you do too. Dixon's here, said good morning, and Sir read a lot. That's a title I'll take. My minimum is 100 books, 101 books a year. That's a minimum that I have to read. I often surpass that. I read over 150 last year because I was trying to catch up and do some downsizing of the library. But appreciate all of you guys saying hello. Appreciate everybody listening on replays and the podcast. Go out and make it a spectacular Saturday. Do some reading. Read that newsletter tomorrow. Sign up at enjoylifesafely.com if you haven't yet. And I will see you tomorrow morning.